Hey guys, happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday, yes. I wanted to come on because I wanted to start a new tag, and I've been wanting to do this for a little bit now, and I just have been so busy and preoccupied that I haven't had time to come on and actually make a video. Work has been absolutely crazy still, and probably will be for the, for the as far as I can see, let's put it that way. So I thought it would be fun to do a tag. I'm not holding any baby in this video, just because I don't have the time to go get a baby and do all that. So I figured it's just easier just to come on, make the video, and start this tag. So what I would like to know is, what is your best box opening experience and why? And it can be for any reason under the sun that makes it a special experience, and why you think it's the best box opening experience you've experienced thus far in your collecting journey. I have had so many amazing, wonderful box opening experiences, but I'm going to share the one I think was the one that stands out to me as the tops, and I'm going to explain to you why. And so Monroe didn't come to me in a box, so she's out. So it could be because the baby's amazing. It could be the box opening presentation was just out of this world. It could be any number of reasons why you find it to be the best. I'd love to hear, if you're going to participate in the tag, why you do think it is the best. But here's mine. So those of you that have followed me for a really long time will know that I have been obsessed over the years with the Janica Sculpt by Claire Taylor Dolls. That baby was the first full body silicone baby that I had ever received. So it was a special time. It was early in the silicone years, and some of you may not even know who Janica by Claire Taylor Dolls is. If you don't know who the doll is, and I encourage you to go on to Claire Taylor Dolls' website, which is clairetaylordolls.com, and check her out. And she was, I believe Claire sculpted Janica in, I want to say either 2010 or 2011, and she started producing the edition in 2011, I believe. And it is a portrait baby. So that baby was created after a collector's newborn baby, which a lot of Claire's edition dolls are, they're made after somebody's baby. So she's done a lot of portrait babies. And Janica was the first, other than, I think Julie Malloy had put out her first full body silicone at the same time, roughly. But I was a Claire Taylor fan at the time when she produced this doll, and I had had several of her silicones. So by then I was already hook, line, sinker. She was my favorite silicone artist. So I got on the list in which to bring home a Janica, and I made it on the list. I think I was somewhere up in the, I want to say like high 8, 9, 10-ish number on the list, because that's how they did it back in the day. If you emailed and put a deposit down, then you would be added to the list until the list is full, and then it's sold out. And so I was on the list, got impatient, because I am an impatient person. Problems in my world. Instant gratification girl right here. So I ended up giving up my spot. I sold my spot to somebody else, and decided to get on to Romy Stridham's list at the time for, I'm trying to remember, she did it for Juliet. There were 3, she did 3. Juliet, which was the sleeper, full body sleeper. God, the name's eluding me. She had an open-eyed cloth body baby, and then another full body silicone that was awake. Was Juliet awake? There were 3 she was doing. Anyways, and it was a random draw of, as your number came up, you'd get one of the 3, and then you could purchase. And so I got on that list, and ended up getting the open-eyed cloth body baby, which she was beautiful. And it's killing me that I can't remember the doll's name. It's so many years ago. And so I ended up with that doll. Was super happy, super happy to have the doll. And then I still yearned for Janica. So I'm gonna bring this story back around, I promise. And so by the time this had all gone down and I ended up with my Romy Stridham doll, Claire had done majority of the Janica edition, and then she decided to do an eBay auction for a Boo Boo Baby at the end of the edition. So the Boo Boo Baby went up for auction at the end of 2011, I think. I want to say December of 2011, sometime around there. And it sold for like, I don't know, I want to say like $4,500-ish, something like that. And a young lady in the UK actually was the one that won that auction. And this was when Doll Fan Days were still going on, and we were posting pictures and everything. So when she got the baby, she posted her box opening, a little video, and pictures of her. And I was just like, why didn't I stay on the list? I don't know why I did that. I was so dumb. So I was really bummed because it was a sold out edition. Everybody that had one was really happy with the baby. So I didn't think I'd be able to get my hands on one. And lo and behold, after chatting with this young lady who had the Boo Boo Janica, she was hoping for a Romy Stridham baby. And that, my friends, was the first time I ever did a trade. So we ended up deciding that for what we paid for the dolls, they were pretty much of equal value, and we were willing to do a trade. She wanted the Romy Stridham baby, and I wanted the Janica. And the thing I will preface this rest of the story with is that never do a trade unless it's somebody you trust. And I don't know if I would be willing to trade with someone I didn't know very well at this day and age. This was early on where there weren't as many scams going on. There were scams, but not like there is now. Like, there are scams everywhere, all over the place now. So it's a scary place. I don't know if I would feel comfortable doing a trade unless it's with a friend. But at the time, I felt like I knew the girl enough to trust that, okay, I'll do the trade. And it was in the UK, so US to the UK. So I took a chance on sending this doll over to the UK and her sending that doll, and trusting that we were actually following through and trustworthy and it was going to be okay. Looking back, I'm like thinking, wow, that was crazy of me. And it really was. But you know how it is, guys, when you really, really want a doll, we do some crazy things. We do some crazy things. And so I was on pins and needles, to say the least, waiting for this doll to come, because I, one, was so afraid that I was going to get duped, scammed. I was so afraid. But my gut was right, because my gut said, she's trustworthy, it'll be fine, it'll work out. And it did. And that's part of, the angst buildup of, getting this doll. That's part of why it was such an amazing box opening. But really, truly, for me, what made it the best box opening ever is that it was my very first full body silicone doll that I had received. And it was a Claire Taylor doll. You can't beat that. And, oh, you guys, Claire does an amazing job with her box presentations. She always has. She's always been very above and beyond with what she includes. And it was the same way even with her dolls back then. I remember opening that box like as if it was yesterday. I'm not even, this is not an exaggeration. I remember this like it was yesterday. And even though the Janica edition was done in dragon skin silicone, so it was more firm than obviously what we see and feel today, but it was still a beautiful, it's stand the test of time. There are original Janicas out there, still out there in mint condition, right? This doll had so much realism. She looked just like a living newborn baby, had the baby parts. Her little baby bits were perfectly sculpted, like the hands on that sculpt. And I just remember opening that box and just being in love with that baby. And I kept that baby for a good amount of time. Even the accessories that Claire would send, like, everybody knows about the bottles that Claire makes the nipples for. And at the time when she did the Janica edition, she also made what looked, I think it was a silicone version of a Nook pacifier without the handle on it, just the one that had a little knob. And so it was done all silicone, so that way everything you would put in the baby's mouth would be of her platinum silicone, so you didn't have to worry about, like, you know, having any damage from like a, you know, a latex nipple on a pacifier bottle. So like the wardrobe that came with it, everything was so perfect, but really it didn't matter the accessories. What made that box opening just so amazing was that this was my first full body silicone baby that felt like I had a living baby in the house. It was the first experience of that. And nothing would replace that. Nothing would replace that ever. As much as I love Monroe, that first experience with a ultra, super, hyper realistic full body silicone doll, you can't ever take that experience away. And there's nothing that's ever gonna top that first experience for me. And that, my friends, is why that is my best box opening experience. And I don't know if I'll ever have one that tops it. I mean, never say never. But I don't know. There was just nothing like it. And I remember for days, many days after receiving her, I just would just stare at her. I mean, I do that with Monroe and I have with a lot of my dolls, but in all honesty, like that was the first time that I felt like, gosh, it feels like I could walk by and there's a living baby in my house, you know? And it was just amazing. And still to this day, the Janica sculpt is still one of my very top favorite sculpts of all time, because to me, that was just the most realistic newborn sculpt. And I was just in awe, and I still am. I still love the sculpt so much. But yeah, so that was a very special experience. The box opening was fantastic. The other mommy that I sent the Romy Stridham baby, she was so pleased. She was so happy. So like it was a win-win situation. We were both a little scared to do the trade, come to find out later on, which is funny. But you know, ultimately it worked out, and I'm grateful that it worked out because it started my full body silicone journey. Even though I had experienced silicone, it was the first of like a whole new chapter with silicone for me, quite honestly, let's face it, that's led me to where I am now. So I'm really grateful. And yeah, so that will always probably be my most favorite, best box opening experience. So what's yours? I am dying to know. And it doesn't matter whether you've just been collecting for a short period of time. I really want to know what your, to date, as of like now, what do you think is your best box opening experience and why? I want to hear about it. These are the things that get me really excited because I love going back and reliving these box opening experiences. And sadly, I don't have a video of this particular experience of mine. I wasn't making videos. I don't think back, well, I think I was. Those are part of the deleted videos. Yep, and there you have it. I don't know if I was videoing the actual box openings at that time though. I was just uploading regular videos. Yeah, I don't remember if I actually filmed a box opening video. I know that I started regularly filming box opening videos shortly thereafter. But yeah, that's interesting. It's too bad. I'm so bummed that I deleted them and I will never have access to those videos. But she was the original Janica that I definitely posted many videos of on my channel back in the day. Unfortunately, I just don't have, I think I might have one or two that might be the very first ones that are left that are still there. Go back far enough, you might see. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop rambling there, but I love the fun of like these tags. It's really good it's fun to hear people's experiences, their thoughts, and these types of questions and tag videos are just, I don't know, it's fun to get to know people. So if you wanna join in the tag and join in the fun, please feel free, just comment below so you can let me know so I can find your video. So that I can watch. And yeah, I want to hear about your best box opening experience. So anyways, guys, again, happy Wednesday. I hope you're having a fantastic week so far, and you will see us all very soon. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.